welcome back to InnerSpace. AJ, Teddy, and Robin Dunne hanging out with you. Of course,
smooth.
Robin's got the G.I. Joe DVD box set that hit the shelves today. G.I. Joe was created back in 1964 and then reintroduced in 1983, the same year that I was born.
You're very young.
Yes, I am. Yeah. When it was reintroduced, they introduced characters. They introduced the comic books, the action figures, and a cartoon as well. And with the franchise being so successful, we thought we'd investigate the secret behind that success. Go Joe!
G.I. Joe, American hero. G.I. Joe is there.
It's not that unusual when you think about it that something like the G.I. Joe franchise, the cartoons, the comic strips, and now this big movie come from a toy, like an action figure, because the whole point of that action figure is for the child to create a story. Each child has a story, and the Hasbro quite rightly said, well, let's create more of a context. That just fueled the storytelling that each individual child or groups of children could play when they had those action figures.
The G.I. Joe cartoon gave me a starting point of where to go with my own toys and my own battles with my friends, and you know, when we got together and played, and it's like you were given a storyline, and then from that point you would expand it further.
The G.I. Joe franchise was always about teamwork. It was about different sorts of characters getting together and helping each other out. I mean, the Joes are all great friends, and that was always portrayed throughout the toys, throughout the comics, and throughout the animated series.
A lot of it's about loyalty. I think that's a primary kid fantasy. Is like the fantasy of the loyal friends, and you want to be there, you know, in that world with them. That's the core of the fantasy.
You had the Joes that would all work together, and you had the Cobras that would work together, but not as well because they were bad, and bad people can never, you know, they're always out for the individual, and that's why they would always lose.
The characters are really important, and I think that's always been the core attractive point. The thing that kept me with it the longest was my fascination with the characters. The new characters coming out, learning about new characters. My favorite character was always Snake Eyes. I think it's probably a pretty common answer, but he was awesome.
The great thing about a character like Snake Eyes is, like, you know, he's completely covered. You know, he could look like anybody. You know? So he's a real key to the universality of that of the fantasy.
My favorite character was always Duke. I like that he was both a leader and also, you know, he was a working leader.
What's interesting about it is he's a sergeant. So he's the action leader, but he's not the guy really making the big decisions. He's got General Hawk, you know, looking after him. He's got the parental figure looking after him.
Wetsuit, Deep Six. Your mission will be to disarm the giant vortex cone.
I think it's the ultimate battle between good and evil. I think that's what G.I. Joe is all about.
One, don't you see? One!
It was so simple that way. And, you know, simplicity works because it kept us all completely glued to the comics, to the toys, and to the TV series.
G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe.
You gotta love G.I. Joe, part of our childhood, right? Mm-hmm. And the box set is excellent. There's 17 discs, including all 95 episodes of the original show. I wouldn't have guessed there were that many episodes. Yeah. You got a dog tag USB thing, G.I. Joe.
That's a box. Look at that's a box.
That's an actual box set.
Look at that, man.
And tattoos. Would you put on a temporary tattoo for us?
I have a tattoo. It's not temporary, though.
Is it a G.I. Joe tattoo?
It's a G.I. Joe real tattoo.
Would you show us?
You want to see it? Okay.
Yeah.
While he's showing us his tattoo, let's take a look at a sneak peek of next week's episode of Fringe entitled Of Human Action.
On my
Sanctuary.
Please tell me you got something better to stop him with than what you're wearing.
This has nothing to do with the case. I don't trust them here. I think they're trying to read my thoughts.
Massive Dynamic gives me the creeps, too.
There you go, foil hats, another reference or homage to other films and TV shows. I like it. And I'm with Astrid. I find Massive Dynamic incredibly creepy.
Me too, for sure. Maybe we'll wear some tinfoil hats next week.
I would do that.
Put one on when you join us next week.
If I was invited, I would, but I guess, like...
You're invited every week.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Don't just... You're just saying that and you don't really mean it.
Don't go there.
Don't do that, because I will start crying.
And you'll show up every week.
I will. I'll be like, hey, guys, why is Josh Jackson here? What?
Well, it was certainly a lot of fun. Thank you very much for coming by.
Thanks, guys. It was great. Of course, Catch Robin every Fridays. Whoa.
On Sanctuary at 9.
Look at that. Yeah,
we're back
Sanctuary
following Supernatural tomorrow night.
So
that
beautiful.
Tomorrow, tune into InnerSpace.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
That is weird.
See you in the future.
Oh, my God.
Not a good sign.
I just want to keep going towards it.
He's possessed.
There's like popcorn inside my brain.